What's up, tribe? How you guys doing? Don't forget to get your Black Girl Vitamins using my discount code ReallyBTV. Go on over to blackgirlvitamins.co, and baby, they have a little bit of whatever it is that you need. If you need to get your sea moss, you need your iron pills, if you need your D3, your hair, nails, and what is it? I was gonna say hair, nails, and throat. That ain't it. But whatever it is you need, child, they have it a little bit over there for you. And you'll be supporting, not only will you be supporting a Black company, girl, you'll be supporting me. Okay? Use my discount code. Thank you to everybody that already has used my discount code. I love and appreciate the support. And again, when you get your products, don't forget to tag me on Instagram, tag Black Girl Vitamins and me on Instagram, actually, so they know that y'all are supporting me. Or send me your videos and let me know how you like it. Give it a couple of days. Let me know if it's working for you. And even if it's not working, let me know. All right. Now let's get into the things, honey. Hey, baby, it's Thursday. Child, my bad, y'all. My towel. That's a towel. I saw it yesterday in my screen and I was like, girl, move that towel. Hold on, let me get that towel, child. That looks so hood. Let me get that towel out the way. Hey, y'all. What's up, boo? You know, I be looking for my y'all when I don't see him for a little while. And I hadn't seen him for a while. I'm glad that you've been popping in, honey. But whether you like it or not, panel, y'all. If y'all didn't catch, we did a pop-up a couple of weeks ago. And we just talked about hot topics and acted a fool. We was up there for about 2 hours. Shoot, maybe longer. We had a good time. Okay. So what's up, you guys? Hey, let me say, hey, Queen Diva, hey, boo. Let me say hi to the people and let me do my roll call and let's get into the things. What's up, Kenya? Hey, Amber, Des, Hot, Brown Mama, the tribe. This is an interesting night of foolishness and success. I'm here for it either way. What's up, Pretty Amazing? Where's my Really Be? I'm here. I was a few minutes late, but I was here, honey. I was here. Terica, what's up? What's up, Star? Hey, boo. Hey, Powerful Nico. Hey, Chuck. Chuck, did you email me? I didn't see it. So if you emailed me, please just shoot me an email so I can let you know when I'm going to be in Louisville and maybe we can figure something out. You're back from your cruise. You had a fabulous time. Who did you cruise with and where did you go, Powerful? And I'm glad you had a good time. Hey, Ravine, boo. Willie Brown, Miss Pretty Amazing. Hey, Rainbow, Miss Bay Thing. Hey, baby, Crazy Homebody. Vintage. What's up? Grown woman, don't try me. Yes. Miss B. Carter. Symmetry. Southern Belle. Yes, Southern Belle. Hey, P. Hall. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Come on through. Take a seat. We got a few things to talk about today, okay? Not a whole lot, nothing real serious, but we just got a few things. We're going to get into some things, okay? Shout out to, we almost have 100 people in the room already. If you have not done so already, please hit that like button. It does help me in the algorithm. You know, I've been going live every day this week trying to get my numbers together. Y'all know I was on vacation and I was in and out this summer. And stuff was just slow, baby. But we getting back into the swing of things. Y'all, they moved my classroom. I had to pull out my sage. I got to take my sage with me to work tomorrow so I can sage my new classroom, okay? Because they're already playing with me. I had to move my classroom. Over the summer, they moved my stuff. I didn't know nothing about it. And now my whole file cabinet is missing. How you lose a file cabinet? What I don't understand is all my furniture made it from my old classroom to my new classroom, but somehow my file cabinet is missing. And when I asked maintenance about it today, they were like, oh, I don't know where it could be. What you mean? Like, where did you stop in between my classroom, my old classroom, and my new classroom? When you put it on the dolly, where did you stop? And when I say it was full, it was a full file cabinet. It had textbooks in it. It had notebooks in it. It had workbooks in it. It was heavy as fuck. Because I didn't know I was moving classrooms, I would have packed totally different if I knew I was moving classrooms. So yeah, I got a whole file cabinet missing. So pray for me. It's in someone else's room. And see, that's the thing. I would have put my name on it, or I would have labeled it. I would have done something had I known it was going to be moved. I'd have put my name on it. I'd have done some other stuff. It was a scheme set up by Todd to bring me to BS. What's up, brother Deb? Hey, boo. Let's get these likes over. You know, Deb coming and don't play no games. Okay, what's up, Deb? I got to call your wife. She been on my mind. You know, I ain't talked to her in a shoot since I've been back from my vacation. You went to Puerto Plata and Bimini. Okay, on Virgin. That's where I'm going. The Virgin Voyage I want to go on next year. It's that same itinerary. Oh, wow. Did you enjoy it? Let me know if you enjoyed it. Well, you said you had a good time. That's what I want to do. I want to do a Virgin cruise next summer, and that's actually the itinerary. Because I've never been to Puerto Plata. I've never been to Bimini either. I'm all right, brother Dave. I was just telling them how the people that work lost my file cabinet. Now, the reality is, can I teach without it? Yes. Are there resources in there that I've been using that? Yeah, it's a lot of stuff in there that I could use. Can I still do my job without it? Yes. But it's irritating and it's pissing me off and it's just unnecessary because I just don't understand. Again, literally, I moved down the hall. Like my classroom, I was in 235. I'm now in 254. It is literally like I can walk 3 steps and see the door to my old classroom. I'm not understanding what happened. I just don't understand. I think it's either sitting somewhere and somebody hasn't opened it yet. Because even if somebody opened it, it was so much stuff in there. I would hate to think that somebody literally just emptied it out and they trashed it. I could see if it wasn't a lot of stuff in there, then I'd be like, well, they probably threw it away. It was just a few things in there. When I say it was a 4-drawer file cabinet and every single drawer was full. It was full. So first of all, if you moved it, anyway, moving on. I ain't gonna go there, child. Isn't it so? Lock Queen, I started looking for it. By the time I realized I did, you know how it's one of those things, by the time I got done doing everything else I had to do, and I was like, wait a minute, where's my file cabinet? Like literally that's what happened. I was like, wait a minute, where's my file cabinet? So I looked a couple of places today. I didn't get a chance to look everywhere, but that's gonna be my. And I sent an email to the head custodian, like, can y'all find my file cabinet? But anyway, moving on, child. It was great. The food was so good, and there was so many things to do on that boat. The staff is so funny. Okay, I'm looking forward to a powerful. I have not heard anything bad about a Virgin cruise yet. Excuse me. I would check every room on that. Baby, I'm on a mission tomorrow. It was your file cabinet and you deserve to have it. Don't let them tell you they can't find it either. Well, listen, I'm on a mission. I'll be looking forward to tomorrow. I'll let y'all know how that goes. What up? Y'all know I love saying her name. I love saying her name. All right, y'all, let's get into some of these things, child. We got all year to complain about my job, child. We got all year to complain about my job, okay? All right, where do we want to start today? We have a bunch of and news, and then we got a few little woo news. First of all, let me do this. Shout out to El Teddy, okay? Most of y'all in here are probably already subscribed to El Teddy, and if you are not subscribed to El Teddy, that's my little bro, right? YouTube created little bro, but when I tell you El Teddy has been pulling double duty all week, okay? He has been pulling double duty all week long. Y'all, me and this, you know what? Hold on, let me turn this fan off, because I think that fan is, somebody told me once before that the fan being on throws off my camera, and that's why it keeps blurring, because it keeps trying to focus, I guess, when the fan is moving. I don't know. But let me turn it off. Oh, damn it. I think that's off, child. I need to give me a new ceiling fan where I can just use the remote, child. That ceiling fan came with the house. That ceiling fan came with the house. I need to replace it, but that is not at the top of my list of things I want to do with this house, child. Anyway, if you have stuff and something has your name, well, I didn't put my name on it because, again, I didn't know I was moving classrooms. If I had known, I would have put my name all over it. I would have labeled it, you know. It is what it is, y'all. Well, tomorrow. I'll look for it tomorrow. Wait a minute, what? Hold on. All right. Yeah, El Teddy been pulling double duty all week. He's been doing his regular lives at 5 o'clock. And then he's been coming back at, 8:30, 9 o'clock. And we've been staying up until like at least midnight with the DNC. So shout out to El Teddy for bringing y'all the DNC watch party coverage. And most of those videos are not even being monetized because of the music that they play and that kind of thing. So if y'all are over there enjoying, y'all know we don't ask for a lot over here, but send them a little tippity tip. Okay? Because he's probably not making a whole lot of money off of those videos. So if y'all are enjoying El Teddy's coverage of the DNC, give him a little tip. Okay? I appreciate y'all. I'm in Maryland until September 11th watching my grandson while my daughter and her wife go on vacation. Well, powerful of you. Reach out to me. Maybe we can try to link up. I don't know. I mean, if you don't want it, listen, no pressure. But if you want to maybe try to meet up or something, let me know. What's up, Jane? Hey, boo. You back from vacation? Hope you had a good time. And Don, I know I owe you a phone call too, so we can try to coordinate. All right, let's get into some things. Cajun, go on and put my timestamp, child. Go on and put my timestamp. Anyway, Lee Daniels said in a recent interview that he's glad that he moved past his beef with Monique. And he said that he apologized, even though he really don't know what the hell he was apologizing for. But he just glad that they moved on. See, that's what I'm talking about, y'all. Lee Daniels say he don't even know why he apologized to Monique, but he was just tired, okay? He was tired of getting dragged by Monique. He was tired of Monique talking ish about him. He was tired of Monique trying to tarnish his name every time he came out with a new project, every time she got mad, every time she got in her feelings. He said, I don't even know what the hell I did to this woman. But damn it, I'm sorry, and do you need a job? Okay? Because he got this new movie with Deliverance that he put Monique in. He said, listen, I'm sorry, and do you need a job? That's what it was. So for all these people that be caping for Monique, like, see, Lee Daniels apologized. Lee Daniels said he don't even know what he apologized for. And see, that's the kind of thing I'm talking about. I tell y'all all the time, I don't want no forced apology. I don't want an apology I have to ask for. I don't want an apology I have to beat nobody up for. I don't want an apology that I have to tell you that you owe me. Either you feel like you did something to me or you didn't. Because here's the reality of the situation. I've never been one of those people. You know how they say apologies are for you, not them? Bullshit. I ain't never been that kind of person. God just must be, listen, God's still working with me on that one because I don't understand that. I really don't. I don't understand the apology. Forgiveness is for you, not them. I don't understand that. And I'm not even being funny. My brain don't work that way. I don't understand what that means. If you did something to me and you don't acknowledge what you did to me, I can't forgive you. And I'm sorry. I don't have that in me. God's still working on me. God just still working on me because I don't understand that one. Now, maybe somebody can break it down to me. My pastor, my mama, somebody. What up, K-Fit? Hey, boo. But I don't understand that. And I don't know. Maybe that's the cancer in me. Because I already told y'all I'm good till I'm not good with you. Listen, we are good until we ain't good. And I don't understand that. I don't understand what forgiveness is for you. It's not for them. Why? If they did something to me, what? Define forgive. I can't define forgive. I mean, I don't know. You ask. That's a hard question. See, going. I'm working all day. I'm looking for my file cabinet all day. That's a hard question. But I mean, when people say, "Oh, well, forgiveness is for you, so you should forgive the person," say, I promise you, I don't lose no sleep over somebody I'm holding a grudge against. I promise y'all that. I promise. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart. I ain't never lost no sleep over somebody that I ain't forgave. I promise you. Now that's the truth. I'm just telling y'all the truth. Once I get to that point, now I've had people do me wrong and I'll be like, damn, what I do to them? Why would they do me that way? But when I tell you I ain't never lost no sleep over somebody that I can forgive someone but never talk to them again. I can never talk to you again and not forgive you. Let me tell y'all something. And I've told y'all this before. Let me tell y'all something. It's motherfuckers that I went to high school with that I still wouldn't fuck with. And I don't even remember why I don't like them no more. I promise you that. I don't remember what they did anymore. I went to high school a long time ago. I don't remember what they did anymore. I just know I don't fuck with them. They might be like, really, B, why you don't like her? I don't know. I just know I don't. And what's funny is my best friend, she could tell me. My best friend would be like, you remember, because my best friend, she be remembering all that shit. My best friend would be like, you remember when such and such? I'd be like, oh, okay. All right, cool. But I just once you on the list, you just on the list. And I don't feel like I have to forgive nobody. Lord, listen, I have to just, like, I just got to pray on that. And I'm so serious when I tell y'all that. Like, I am so serious. I just got to pray on that. So if I were Lee Daniels, Monique could have made videos until she was blue in the face, child. Monique and her daddy could have sat there on that zoomed in, zoomed out damn iPhone doing their YouTube videos, making their podcast, and Monique could be cussing me out for the rest of her life. And I promise you, I would have never apologized. I promise you, I ain't never apologized for some shit I don't think I did. And I mean that from the depths. God just still working on me. That's all I got to say about that. We're gonna move on. Right, the upside down iPhone that they be doing them videos on, child. My peace comes regardless. I answer to God only. That's what I'm saying. Like, I promise y'all, I ain't never lost no sleep. Listen, I ain't never lost no sleep over somebody that don't fuck with me, and I ain't never lost no sleep over somebody that I don't fuck with. Now, as a Cancer, we sensitive. That's the truth. Y'all know I'm sensitive. We sensitive as hell. But once I get past it, once I am over it, once I have crossed that bridge, baby, I throw the match behind me and I'm done. Lee Daniels did not blackball Monique. Monique blackball. Listen, I ain't going back down that road with y'all. I done 20 Monique videos. I'm done with her too. But no, Lee Daniels ain't blackball Monique. Monique blackball Monique. But I'm moving on. We moving on. We're going to move on down that road. Mark her off the list. Unfortunately, you guys, Rolling Stone has revealed that Craig Mack did not die of complications from heart disease as we originally suspected, but he actually died from complications from HIV/AIDS. Now, for those of you of a particular age like me, no, you good. You good. Now for those of you like me, y'all remember Craig Mack, Flavor in Your Ear. He was, bad boy, yada, yada, yada. We've heard a lot of, he's also connected to this whole, from the heyday of the bad boy and all of that. Diddy did him dirty. Now, allegedly, Craig Mack was a part of some sort of cult, allegedly a cult down to the North Carolina where he passed away. I want to know why, right, number one, why are they releasing it now? And why does it matter? Because again, long gone are the days that having HIV and AIDS is a stigma. I mean, I know there's some ignorant people in this world that still feel like somebody that has HIV or has AIDS means something. I don't know what the fuck they think it means. It just means that you had sex or shared a needle or had blood. Well, nowadays it's very rare you would get it from a blood transfusion, but it just means that you probably had sex with the wrong person at the wrong time. You know what? I really need people to just read and get into statistics. Because like, I know in the area where I live, it's more Black women passing HIV than anybody else. Now, let's get back to, because I don't want to go down that road. Y'all know I'll go down that road and I'll get lost. Woo, I'll get lost. But let me tell y'all this. I already told y'all I am suspicious of anything that comes out that is connected to Diddy in any way, shape, or form at this point. I find it very interesting that after all these years, Rolling Stone will release information that Craig Mack died from HIV/AIDS. Again, there's no indication that Craig Mack was part of the LGBTQ community. We know that you can catch HIV/AIDS from any numerous ways, and he could have caught it back then. He could have caught it in a multitude of ways. But I just find I done told y'all y'all know I ain't big on conspiracy theories, but I'm very suspicious of anything that comes out at this point that is connected to Diddy. I already told y'all. No HIPAA laws. No, it's because the coroner's report came out. That's not HIPAA. That's not HIPAA. Sometimes forgiveness does not require you to tell the other person that you have forgiven them. You just do it and release yourself from the burden, the hurt, and the pain. See, that's what I'm saying, Candace. I don't feel none of that. And again, I can only speak for me. I can only speak for me. I don't feel none of that when I don't forgive somebody, but other people might. And if that's what you need to do to sleep at night, go for it. But I done already told y'all that sometimes I be worried if I'm a serial killer because I don't really... Things just don't be bothering me like it seem to bother other people. Just don't. I don't feel none of that. I don't feel burdened. I don't feel weighed down. I don't feel none of that. There's nobody in my life, whether it's a family member, whether it's a friend, whether it's a coworker. There's nobody in my life that I feel like I needed to forgive to the point where I was losing sleep. I was feeling burdened. But again, I know that everybody ain't me. I get that. But that's what I'm saying for me. I never understood that mindset because it don't bother me. But there are other people that I'm sure it does. And if that's what you need to do to move on with your life and live better, baby, do it. Release it. Let it go. But I promise you, it's people still walking around this earth that I just don't fuck with. It's not just the Black women that's just spreading. Let's not spread false information, please. Maybe you didn't hear what I said. What I said was, in the area where I live, statistically, I'm giving you the numbers. Statistically, in the area where I live, HIV and AIDS is being transmitted from Black women. I'm giving you the numbers. And just because you're getting it from people you think you love, I never said that either. I never said how people were getting it. I am telling you the numbers in the area where I live, that is how it is being spread. Now, it may be a reality that we don't like as Black women, but I'm telling you what the numbers are in the area where I live. That's what it is. And maybe not where you live, boo, and that's okay. But I'm telling you where I live, those are the numbers. Statistically, that is how it's being spread. And clearly, yes, they're getting it from somebody, but I am telling you where the numbers are based on the data in my area. My daddy called me a petty when I refused to forgive his thieving sisters. Statistically is what I said. Please read what I said before you read that. I read what you said, and I'm just telling you what I said. Let me roll back up. Maybe let me scroll it back up. Hold on. Let me see. We're getting it from the people we think. Hold on. Let me scroll it back up. It says, it's not the Black women that's just spreading. Let's not spread false information, please. Okay, let me scroll up. Maybe I missed something you said before that. Hold on. Let me scroll. Okay, wait a minute. It's more Black women getting it from heterosexual relationships than ever in every area, meaning the USA. Maybe I didn't see what you said statistically. I don't see where you use the word statistically. So if I missed it, I don't see it. I just read everything that you wrote. I don't see statistically. So go back more. I went all the way up, boo. It may not be up here. Sometimes StreamYard, everything ain't up here. Hey, Corey, what's up, boo? Hold on. I ain't see it. Let me keep scrolling. Hold on. I'm going to scroll up a little bit further. Hold on. All right. I've read that one. Hold on. Let me keep scrolling. I don't see where you use the word statistically. I done scrolled all the way up, boo. But I don't want to get caught up in semantics. I'm telling you, the area where I live, those are the numbers. Go back more. I went all the way up. I went all the way up to before I was talking about this. I don't see it. If you wrote it in the chat, it's not here. So, that's all I can say. What I am saying is, again, statistically in my area, it's Black women. That's what I'm saying. I don't want to get caught up in that. Statistics say that Black women are leading the new infections from heterosexual relationships. Okay. Really, B, did you hear about the story of a woman who caught HIV because her ex-husband was cheating with her father? She's remarried and doing extremely well. Child, no. That's all I said, and anyone can Google it. I'm not arguing with you saying. I'm talking about what I said about my area. You talk about the whole United States. I'm not talking about the whole United States. I'm talking about the area where I live. But again, I don't want to get caught up on that. If what I said offended you, my apologies. I never meant to offend you. I was just clearing up what you were saying versus what I was saying. But I was not, I ain't trying to offend nobody. It's your Star. Happy anniversary, sis. Well, happy anniversary, Star. What's up, boo? Yes, and thank you for your membership and your membership message. Yes. They just want you to say that they're getting it from Black men. All right. Hey, Kenya, what's up, boo? Kenya says, thank you for the super chat. That's usually per capita of 58% of the cases are Black women, but we only make up 13% of the population. Think about it. That's new cases. Okay. I don't want to get caught in the minutia, child. I ain't trying to offend nobody. I was just talking about the stigma attached. All I was saying is that we need to get away from the stigma that is attached to HIV and AIDS. That's all I was saying. Again, didn't mean to offend anybody. If I did, my apologies. All right, let's move on. But anyway, like I said, as far as Craig Mack is concerned, anything connected to Diddy, I look at with a side eye at this point. That man has been dead for years. Who cares how he died at this point? I mean, I don't mean no harm. Who cares how he died at this point? Thank you, Kenya Boo. Thank you. You know what I mean? Does it matter if he died from congestive heart failure or heart disease or HIV and AIDS? But the fact that it's coming out now, the fact that it's coming out now, the fact that, Rolling Stone, like if Rolling Stone was concerned, they could have came up with this information years ago. It's interesting. It's very, very interesting. Hey, Jonathan Boo, you hope I'm back at work. Why you, don't be wishing that on me. I am back, which I feel like you just cussed at me, Jonathan. Okay. Rolling Stone is capping. Craig Mack is Sabria. But again, I've been telling y'all for months. I'm gonna keep telling y'all. Y'all gonna listen to me one day. Anything dealing with Diddy, Bad Boy, anything that's connected to Diddy right now is suspect, and I'm side-eyeing. I don't know what the motive could be for that information to be released right now. Maybe we'll find out later on. But the fact that that information is coming out, I just find it suspect. Moving on. That's the only reason why I mentioned it. It's because I just find it suspect. The case against Dwight Howard by his former, I guess, booty call, whatever situation is, has been dropped without prejudice. That's right. Without prejudice means he can't file it again. His wife said it years ago. Oh, okay. So I wonder why Rolling Stone. Okay, that's interesting. It's again, I'm just side-eyeing. And they said there also was no financial settlement with prejudice. Thank you, Xavier. With prejudice. So it was dismissed with prejudice, and there was no financial settlement, which I find to be very interesting. So what I find is that either whoever this person is, Dwight Howard must have, maybe they got more to lose, or maybe they was lying and they can't prove what they were saying. Whatever the situation is, it was dropped. But here's the problem. Not problem, because I don't want to use the word problem. Here's what's interesting. Probably what he wanted to happen is what happened. Dwight Howard came out and admitted that he was bisexual. Again, should he have had to admit it? No. Is it our business? Absolutely not. I mean, I come down here every day and tell y'all other people's business. However, I feel like whatever his goal was that's what he wanted. He wanted Dwight Howard to be exposed, and he was. Right. Dwight Howard said it was consensual, which means that which means that the only thing I could think of is you just wanted to expose that Dwight Howard was bisexual. Well, he said he is now. And guess what? Everybody moved on. The world didn't end. It didn't crack open. Okay, so Dwight Howard is bisexual. Okay. So Dwight was doing the stuff he admitted to, but the lawsuit put 20 on 10 trying to force a settlement. I believe that's what it was, Bat. I believe that's exactly what it was. I believe that Dwight did have sexual relations with this man, and they probably did get into some old freaky deaky stuff. But yes, I believe he was putting 20 on 10 trying to get some money. And Dwight, what he didn't expect probably was for Dwight to be like, okay, yep, I slept with him, but it was consensual. See, that's what he didn't expect. He expected Dwight to want to hide it and not come clean. Dwight was like, guilty as charged, and now what? And now what? No, I think Dwight was playing in that 3-on-3 league, I think, but I don't know if he's playing anywhere now. Yeah. He's playing over in China. Okay, he is still playing. He's playing over in China. Yeah. And I just don't think, at this point in life, who cares? But anyway. All right, y'all, we have 200 people in the room. If you have not done so, please do me a favor and hit that like button. If you are new here, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, child. We have a good time over here. And donations are not required, but they are appreciated and they are accepted. And I appreciate you guys. Y'all know that the way we do things around here, if you are lit up in green, go ahead and head over to the VIP area. You get right on in. We got your name on the list. Go ahead and check in. Everybody else, I need you guys to come on down to the front. Y'all know we fill it from the front to the back around here. I have not seen Tracy drop down. So when Tracy gets here, she will open up the bar. She'll let you guys know what the drink specials are. I have not seen Yana or Angela drop down, but anybody that needs the smoking section, y'all go ahead and head up the stairs because it's open. Okay, y'all know when we get to 200 people, we do pull out the hookah, so the hookah is available. Okay, we got the hookah out upstairs, going upstairs to the balcony. We got the hookah, and if you need to partake in anything else that puff passes, y'all go ahead and head up to the balcony. Okay, go ahead and head up to the balcony. All right, when we get to 300 people, Chef Don will fire up the kitchen. He'll go ahead and fire up the kitchen when we get to 300 people. If we get there today, y'all know Don only opens up the kitchen if it's 300 people. Yeah, you about to have a cigar? Go ahead up there, Miss Parker. And it's your anniversary. You deserve it. Go on. Do you know what today is? Yes. Star. Okay. Meg Thee Stallion will be hosting the MTV Awards. Okay, Diva says she got wings. So Diva got some wings for y'all. Okay. You need a suggestion for dinner? You talking to the wrong one. What up, Nay? Hey, boo. Y'all, I don't know what to do with that information. Y'all know I like me some Meg. I love Meg. And Meg did pretty decent when she was on when she was on hosted Saturday Night Live. She did pretty decent. But I'm over host for, first of all, y'all know I'm kind of over award shows, honestly. But I'm actually over host, right? Nowadays, everybody is so politically correct. Everybody's so damn sensitive. Like, everybody get offended. I remember when, especially when you had comedians and they would roast the people, and they would go out of the room, you know. And now everybody act like they scared to say something. You know, I don't know how I feel about it. I don't care, honestly, because I don't know who's going to be watching the MTV Award. I mean, y'all know I'll probably watch it for y'all so I can give y'all my breakdown, but do we care? But I just, you know, sometimes I just got to bring y'all stuff. I have to bring y'all stuff. Hold on, let me pull out Ebby. We got to pull out Ebby. Hold on, because I'm getting into some of the we don't care news. That's the first we don't care. Okay, that's the first we don't care news of the night. Okay, that's our first we don't care tonight. Because do we care that Meg is hosting the MTV Awards? Tamar Braxton and this white boy. This goes under the we don't care news as well. I'm getting ready to put them in the Christian Rock Blueface category at this point. This breakup to makeup situation, I'm sick of it. Okay, now when JR did his sit down tell all interview with Carlos King, he said that they wasn't together no more. He said they wasn't together no more. Okay, and then Tamar tweeted last week about her and him being married and how, you know, and then she said that she lost her husband because of her toxic family. Now they got footage of her giving him this big ass, gaudy ass, fleur-de-lis medallion chain for his birthday. Y'all, I'm so confused. Why would you think Tamar had a baby, Xavier? She was, when she said our children, she was talking about his kids. She was talking about his and her kids. Basically, she was insinuating that they were a blended family. I don't think Ebby is here, but do we need to put them on the sick and shut-in list? Are we gonna do we need to put Tamar and JR on the sick and shut-in list? Because I just can't. Oh, excuse me, two idiots begging for attention. Listen. I can concur on that one. Okay, grown woman said yes. We that's what we need to put them. Okay. Blended family, JR barely be around his kids. What family is it to blend? I don't know. Xavier, you don't know how much he be around his family. We don't know. They might be going down to Six Flags and shit. We don't know what they doing. K-Fist said, I'm sick of them and trying to shut them out. Okay, we need to put them on a... This is all Holly Robinson. Listen. Xavier, listen. Back up. Back up off of Holly Robinson Pete. You know, that's my girl. You know, me and her go back like 4 flats. Okay? You know, I go all the way back to 21 Jump Street with Holly Robinson. I was with Holly Robinson when she was Holly Robinson before the Pete. What you not gonna do is put this on Holly Robinson Pete. Okay? But it was her show, though. It was her show. It's Colonel Sanders, not JR. Thank you, Miss Parker, for the super chat. She said, it's Colonel Sanders, not JR. Tamar and JR can go have several seats. Keep us out of the group chat. Social media is for the fallen in life. I see because their celebrity suits status is non-existent. Excuse me. Right. Leave Holly out of this. Hey, is the bar open really be? I need a few ice cubes to hold this chaser. Give me a lemon double shot of Jim Beam. Okay. Tracy is not here, but if any one of my mods want to open up the bar, y'all can. Tracy ain't dropped down yet, but any of the mods that want to open up the bar, everybody except for Xavier. The last time we put Xavier in charge of the bar, they said that he was trying to make everybody get a DUI. He was doing too much. He was pouring too heavy. Okay, so I don't know, Xavier. You want to open up the bar back down? When it comes to Tamar and JR, we need to go on the sick of them list. If they went to Disney, the world would call paparazzi. Ooh. Oh, no, Gabby says she got the bar. Gabby got the bar. Okay, Gabby, go ahead and take care of Shantia. Gabby says she got the bar. We got the new Beyonce look up. We probably not going to get that. We probably not gonna get that in. Oh, speaking of Beyonce, a little birdie told me. I'm gonna tell y'all what I said this on El Teddy's last night. Here's what a little birdie told me. I cannot confirm or deny this, but a little birdie told me that tonight at the DNC we will get a Knowles sighting, but it will not be Beyonce Knowles. It will be Tina. That's what I heard. Now, it could just as easily be a red herring. Maybe we will see or hear from Beyonce. But what I heard is that we will get a family member, but it will not be B. It will be T. And that's what I heard. That whiskey is too damn expensive. No, it's not. Listen, I'm a whiskey drinker. Y'all know that I'm a whiskey drinker. I almost bought $100 bottle of Jack Daniels over on the cruise ship. I had to talk myself out of it. Actually, I really ain't talking myself out of it. Cruiser says she might be able to get it from me from the base over on the Army base for cheaper than what they had it on the cruise ship. I really didn't talk myself out of it. I still want that damn liquor. I took a picture of it, and Cruiser gonna try to see if she can get it for me. Yeah, they say that B might be performing, and that's why I said she may be performing, and it might be Tina's name float like on the paperwork and stuff like that to try to hold people off. But one thing's for sure and two things for certain. This is the last night of the DNC. If they're gonna pull her out, baby, she gonna come out. But her mama is supposed to be there, so it's not a far thought, for the Beehive. Hold on to it. Y'all hold on to that. Maybe she'll be there, okay? But I'm telling you that we are supposed to get Tina. That is what a little birdie told me. But I also know that sometimes, just like when celebrities check into hotels and they use a different, they use a different name. Maybe they're using Tina's name instead of B's name. I don't know. But I'm just telling y'all what I was told. Okay. Really B, have you tried Billy? Yes, I have. It's smooth. It's very smooth. Let me tell you, when we were on the cruise ship, I told y'all I bought a cigar when I was on the cruise. So one night they had Cigar Under the Stars, where, and on the ship that I was, they had like they had an outside bar area that was overlooked, like it overlooked the pool. It was called the Sky Bar. And so one night they were having cigars out there, and depending on what cigar you chose, they would tell you what it paired with, like what it paired best with. And who calling me? They would tell you what it paired best with. And they had Uncle Nearest. And I ended up buying a more expensive cigar than what I wanted to buy, because the one that was paired with Uncle Nearest, for those that know, Uncle Nearest is a Black-owned whiskey company. And so I bought the cigar that paired with the Uncle Nearest so I could get support the Uncle Nearest, because I was so happy to see it on Royal Caribbean. I was so happy to see it on Royal Caribbean that the Black-owned whiskey was there. So, and I like Uncle Nearest. Uncle Nearest is actually a really good whiskey. If you like whiskey, go on and get you some. You think Bay is be? I'm gonna be honest. I think she is too. I really do. I even though my source is don't steer me wrong, I think it's B. I mean, if you want to know my opinion, I think it's Beyonce. Yeah. I don't follow her, but I want Taylor Swift to show up and perform. That would be the ultimate bitch slap to the bloated orange man, baby. Ooh, Carnival has Uncle. Oh, good. Thank you, God. It's good. I'm glad to see that. Beyonce was sending cease and desist. Oh, yeah, and you saw they took it down. That video, they had her song playing, they took it down. They sure did. So anyway, that's what I had heard down to the, so, we'll be watching, child. We'll be watching. Okay. Candy and Todd, listen, Candy Bird says she gonna get that Tony one way or another. Now, y'all know she was the executive producer she's currently the executive producer of The Wiz, and it's on Broadway. Actually, I know somebody that went to go see it this weekend. I want to see it. I was trying to get there this summer, but baby, the summer was over before I knew it. I still may drive up to New York one weekend and try to see it, because I want to see that, and I still want to see The Great Gatsby, because I know my girlfriend's daughter is in The Great Gatsby, and I still want to go see that. But now Candy and Todd will be executive producing Othello, which is coming to Broadway, and it will be starring Denzel Washington. So I'm not a big Shakespeare person, so I'm telling y'all now, I'm probably not going to go see that, because me and Shakespeare, we just don't get along. Othello actually is Othello and The Taming of the Shrew are actually my two favorite. Well, no, I just told y'all a lie. Macbeth and Taming of the Shrew are actually the Wiz is already gone. Okay. Macbeth and what was it? I thought somebody went to go see it this weekend. Maybe I was looking at the wrong date. Anyway, maybe they posted an old video because they just posted the video this weekend, but maybe they, sometimes people post stuff late, child. So I'm telling y'all now, I'm probably not gonna go see it. Cause even though Othello, got all the black people, I get that, but I'm not. I just can't do Shakespeare like that. I don't. I can't. But I did like Macbeth, and I did like The Taming of the Shrew, but I wouldn't go see either one of those either. Yeah, Jake Gyllenhaal. Thank you, D. Johnson. That's the other. I couldn't remember who the other person was, but it's Jake Gyllenhaal and Denzel Washington. So, baby, the movie, not the play. The movie, what? I only read Julius Caesar because of my English literature. Listen, that's the only reason why I read Romeo and Juliet. I read Macbeth. I read The Taming of the Shrew, and it was only because of high school English class. Did I watch Denzel's Macbeth on Apple? I did. I watched his Macbeth. I did. It was all right. Again, I'm not a Shakespeare fan. But if I had to choose what I like from Shakespeare, that's what it is. I saw the 12th Night at Stratford, Connecticut. Okay. You're going to be going because you love Othello? Go for it. Yeah, I was trying to get to the Wiz, but I ain't make it. So they said it ain't there no more, child. I ain't make it. I think I might buy the album. The album is out. The cast album is out. But I heard good things. I didn't hear anything bad about it. There's a Whoopi Goldberg is playing Miss Hannigan in a limited run of Annie. I ain't gonna be able to make that either. Y'all know I love me some Whoopi, but I ain't gonna be able to make that either. But I do think I'm gonna try to get up to New York. Maybe I can go in November. Maybe early November I can get up there. I don't know if something like it is still gonna be running or not. I'm gonna have to reach out to her and find out if it's still running. I was trying to get up there this summer, baby. The summer was over before I knew it. I blinked and it was gone. The Wiz was great. I saw it in Atlanta and in New York. Oh, wow. Okay. I read Hamlet because The Lion King, but that play wasn't given. Yeah, yeah. The summer was a blur. See, Golden. Gosh, because remember I told y'all I was going to go up to New York. I was thinking about doing a train and riding up to New York or doing the jet. That's like a luxury bus here that leaves out of DC and it goes from DC to New York. And I was going to do that because I was talking to my mom. I was actually going to see if my mom wanted to go up because she would like that because she could get up and walk around and the chairs recline and all that good stuff. It's got a nice bathroom. They got food, So I was like, she could do that. But it was the child. I just looked up and the summer was over, child. All right. So there's that. So shout out to you. Y'all can say what y'all want to say about Candy Birds, but she going to keep a bag. Okay. Child, Shein is suing Temu. Y'all. Yeah. I'm about to hurt somebody's feelings. And I'm probably going to offend somebody. But Shein suing Temu is like Pro Wings suing kids. Shein said that Temu is knocking off their stuff. And when I looked at the pictures, the side by side, it does look like Temu is stealing his stuff and making knockoffs. But here's what's stupid to me. Here's what's stupid to me. Shein shit is already cheap. So if you buy an $8 t-shirt from Shein and you got to run over to Temu and get that $8 shirt for $5. Do you really need the shirt? I saw that today and I was like, right. Somebody said the battle to the bottom. Somebody else said pot meat kettle. Right. I was like, Shein has gotten more expensive. Let me tell y'all something. Y'all remember when I've never even ordered anything off of Temu. Listen, I downloaded that Temu app. I went into that Temu app one time. I deleted that thing off my phone. I said, this is a bunch of shit that I do not need. Okay. I could see me. It was cute stuff in Temu. I ain't talking about the clothes. I would never buy no clothes from Temu. And I know never is a strong word, but when I tell you I mean never, I do mean never. I'm not buying nothing from Temu. Not clothes. But baby, I went into there. And they had cute stuff that I was like, oh, that's cute. Oh, that's cute. But I was like, it's shit that I'm going to buy it and it's going to sit in the box by my door. Okay. I deleted that thing off my phone so fast. I never did. I never ordered anything from Temu. And I bought Shein one time. One time I spent money on Shein. I said never again. Now that's no disrespect to anybody who buys the Shein or the Temu. Do you? But it ain't for me. Now I ordered a dress from Temu and it disintegrated while I had it on. Oh my. See, that's the shit that I'm talking about. And y'all ain't sitting here saying I ain't never bought no cheap shit. I do buy cheap shit, inexpensive chip, whatever you want to call it. Whatever y'all want to call it, I do it. I ain't gonna sit here and tell y'all I don't. Okay, that's a lie. But I'm not buying Temu. I'm just not going down that road. Now, my problem with Shein wasn't even the fact that the stuff was inexpensive. My problem with Shein is that the size chart was based off of an Asian, body and not a Black woman's body, because I was ordering my size and the shit wasn't fitting. Remember I ordered all that stuff for Shein when I was going to Puerto Rico a couple of years ago, and I couldn't fit none of that shit. I could only fit, I could fit the bathing suits, which is weird that I could fit the bathing suits. It's really weird that I could fit, now the bathing suits are flimsy and cheap, but I could fit them. And I could fit that sundress, only because all it is just a dress. It's just a bunch of fabric. Like, you have to be like 600 pounds not to be able to fit it, right? But remember, I ordered a few other things and I ended up having to get that stuff away. I couldn't fit none of that. And then you end up giving it away because it's cheaper for me to just give it to somebody than for me to try to mail it back. Like, I just bless somebody with it. Here you go, boo. I bought a shirt on Temu. It had my skin itching. I never ordered it again. I ordered the hell out of Etsy, though. I've ordered stuff off of Etsy before. Y'all know my ReallyB merch is on Etsy. Hey, Sean Talks. Hey, boo. So anyway, child, I just thought that was interesting. All right. Where do we want to go next? What time is it? Okay. Oh, it's only been an hour. We've been getting through this stuff really quickly. Y'all ain't been letting me get off topic tonight. All right. Erica Mena in the news. Erica Mena came down to the internet and she dropped the N-bomb. And people sent it to me like I was supposed to feel some kind of way. Hey, Jerry Burton. Somebody sent it to me like I was supposed to feel some kind of way about Erica Mena down here calling people nigga. What do we expect from Erica Mena? Now, she got mad because y'all know Erica Mena has a dating show over to the Zeus Network. And you know that Erica Mena is bisexual, so she's got men and women on the show. Now, Selena Powell was eliminated from the show. And once Selena Powell got eliminated, she went on live with Ray J to talk about how horrible Zeus is, how messy Jason Lee is, yada, yada, yada. So Erica Mena came down and was mad, talking about, and then she went off on Ray J, basically saying, Ray J, you just a knockoff. You just mad because your app ain't working and you just trying to, you trying to come for my show and come for Zeus, yada, yada, yada. Y'all, if anybody here is surprised to find out that Jason Lee is messy as a producer on these reality shows over on Messy Ass Zeus, please let me sell you a piece of land in a swamp in New York, because you must be gullible. If you are surprised that Jason Lee is being messy, being the executive producer of a reality show on the Zeus network, then I have a piece of swampland to sell you in New York. Tracks from For the Love of Bobby, whatever. He did an interview with Oliver Twixt talking about how messy Jason Lee is and how he would try to create scenarios and he would try to make them fight. Duh. Duh. Like, of course Jason Lee is messy. Like, that's his middle name, Jason Messy Lee. I agree, So Jeff, but because So Jeff said Erica Mena is a Latina woman from the Bronx. She probably said the N-word all her life. I agree. We've had that conversation, especially Latina people coming out of New York. We know, like Fat Joe and all of that. We know. I understand all of that. But what I'm saying is, in light of her recent situation of her being canceled and her trying to revamp her image, I mean, that probably just wasn't the best decision for her to make. But again, who's surprised? Who even cares? Like, Erica Mena is on a dating show on Zeus. Y'all act like we actually hold Zeus to a standard. What standard are we holding Zeus to? Right. Y'all, Jason is the same one that baptized Hazel E. of Love, Marriage, Huntsville. I mean, Lord, I said Love, Marriage, Huntsville. Love and Hip Hop Hollywood. So anyway, I'm just going through these things, right? This is stuff that come across my desk. I'm just coming with them. I'm just giving them to y'all. Okay. All right. Andy Cohen. Yeah, Erica looks bad. Too much plastic surgery, too much Ozempic. First of all, she's way too small. Like, what up? Hey, Robert Ray. Hey, boo. What up, baby daddy? Mwah. What up, baby daddy? Are you dnj.crafting? No, Danny. No, dnj.crafting. That's my little sister. That's Danny Johnson. That's her Etsy store. But she makes my merch. She makes my ReallyBTV merch. So Brandy Glanville, who we know is currently trying to sue Bravo and sue Andy Cohen, she said that Andy sent her. One of the things she says in her lawsuit is that Andy sent her a video where he was with Kate. What wasn't Kate on Below Deck or something? And he said that the two of them were getting ready to go have intercourse, and he was like, do you want to come and watch? And she was saying, that it made her feel weird and it was sexual harassment because that was her boss. And then she went on to say that, he sent her text messages where he was basically trying to solicit her to sleep with people, and she felt like, her job was on the line because he was her boss and it was inappropriate. Now, let me say this. I'm gonna read y'all the text messages, and the text messages do not sound good. Andy, it ain't good. However, the fact that you are now releasing these things tells me that you are desperate, because your attorney would not have allowed you to release your evidence on Twitter if the lawsuit was going well. Now, that's my opinion. That's my opinion. It doesn't make sense to me that your attorney would be cool with you releasing y'all smoking gun on social media in the midst of your legal action if it was going well. That's my opinion. I ain't go to nobody's law school. I don't have nobody's law degree. Y'all know I got my law degree from Law and Order University by way of Matlock College. Okay. So I don't have nobody's law degree. There go DNJ right there. Somebody was asking, am I DNJ? There she go right there, Danny. That's right there, Danny, sister to sister. That's her right there. First of all, okay, y'all talking about that video. In the video, oh, it was Kate. My bad, it was Kate. Yeah, I said Kate. First of all, Andy was clearly joking. I'm not going to play the video, but if you see the video, Andy was clearly joking. They were absolutely not getting ready to go have sex. They weren't going to. He was like, you want to watch? We're going to do it on FaceTime. He was clearly inebriated. He was clearly drunk, y'all. Before y'all get excited, Andy was joking. He was joking. Now, was it an appropriate joke for him to have with a subordinate? Absolutely not. And I think the biggest problem is that Andy Cohen is blending. You really like the Really Be Tumblers? Oh, thank you. Well, thank Danny. The problem is, you guys, it was inappropriate. He is her boss. He's blending lines. He's hanging out with his, we know he parties with them. We know that he, is quote unquote friends with a lot of the housewives and people that work at Bravo. It was inappropriate. That was absolutely inappropriate. But that does not mean that it was going to really happen and that he was really serious. I do not believe it was serious. Absolutely not. But as far as these text messages, now I did screenshot, child, and the writing is small, so y'all need to work with me for a second. Because, Lord, the writing is small on these daggone text messages, child. Okay, but I'm going to try to read them to you the best of my ability. Okay. So this is the first one is from Andy Cohen to, I'm assuming that this is to Brandy, because a lot of stuff is blurred out, but I'm assuming it's to Brandy. So it says, by the way, next time I see you, I want to hear all the sex stuff you've heard about me. Okay, so maybe it wasn't to Brandy. Maybe it was to somebody else. And that person said, ha, ha, ha. Okay. And then Andy says, I remember Marco was giving you tea, but you know everybody, so I'm sure there is more. So the person responded, I really haven't heard that much, honestly, other than Marco. That's it. Now, these text messages are from 2022. Oh, wait a minute, I have a super chat. Thank you, Holly. Hey, Really Be, I'm late for the live, but more towards the back to school. Thank you, Boo. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. And thank you. I've gotten a few donations for my classroom, and it is much appreciated. Thank you all so much. Oh, shoot. Wait a minute. Hold on. Give me a second, y'all. Give me a quick second. Hold on. What time is it? What's today? Boom, 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 boom. Okay. Just got the alert that Beyonce is split. I told y'all, didn't I tell y'all Beyonce? Didn't I tell y'all that that I thought it was gonna be Beyonce? I told y'all. Thank you, Miss Cookie, for the announcement. Thank you, Boo. I told y'all I thought it was gonna be Beyonce. I told y'all that Tina was the red herring. That's probably the name they was putting on all the paperwork so it wouldn't get out. They probably put Tina's name on everything so it wouldn't get out before they wanted it to get out. That's what I thought was happening. Thank you, Boo. Al Sharpton is speaking now. We almost done. Al Sharpton is speaking now. All right. Hold on, let me get back to the text messages. Okay. All right. So then the next text message says, kind of hoping you and my stage manager hooked up. So this must be with Brandy. And then she responds, I think he wants you. So then he says, ha, 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 ha. So then the next message says, I was glad too. That was so dumb of her to say, given her situation. Then Brandy responded, exactly. I think she was trying to bait me. And then it says, I really wanted you and Austin to get together. He had eyes on you. So Brandy says, he's already DM'd me like 4 times. Shep too, but Austin had his girl with him. I'm going to Charleston for sure. Smiley face. And don't even like blondes. We need more male options. So you know they're talking about Southern Charm. For those of you that don't know, he's talking about Southern Charm. Thank you, Danny. That's what I just did. So then there's an email from Andy to Brandy. And this is from 2013, Brandy. 2013. I mean, I get it. Sexual harassment is sexual harassment, but 2013. And it says, get home safe. Eddie was a 9. So let me say this. It is 100%, 120% irresponsible for Andy Cohen to be talking to his subordinates that way. Absolutely. But ma'am, if the best that you can come up with is text messages from 2022, well, 2022 is sort of relevant because you just sued him in 2023. So 2022 is sort of relevant. But 2013, ma'am, I don't want to hear it. You did multiple shows on Bravo after that. You worked for Bravo. You showed up whenever Bravo wanted you. You was at the clubhouse. You were making guest appearances. You were trying to get back on the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Hell, you were probably in 2013. You were probably still on Beverly Hills. Ma'am, I don't want to hear that. I don't care. I don't care. Now the 2022 text messages are absolutely inappropriate. They are inappropriate. There goes Shirley Rao. Go ahead, Shirley. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm about to get off here because you know the thing back on. There's no way Beyonce wouldn't be performing. She embodies women empowerment, the first woman president. Love it. Okay, boo. Well, let's put it like this. I'm not surprised. And when my source told me Tina, I thought Beyonce when they said Tina. And I've been saying that since last night. If you are in El Teddy's members only chat, you know I said that last night. So my story ain't changed. So that's what's going on with Andy Cohen. Do I think this is going to change anything as far as relates to the lawsuit? I do not. Because again, like I said, I'm sure all of this information was already included in Brandy, whatever Brandy filed. And for her to release it publicly tells me that now she is trying her case in the court of public opinion. Court of public opinion, not so much in a legal area. But here's what she don't understand. The court of public opinion doesn't care. And I hate to say that. The court of public opinion doesn't care. Not that we think that Andy is so innocent and we love Andy Cohen so much. But girl, don't nobody like you. And we've seen your behavior way too much for us to feel like you and Andy didn't talk back and forth to each other like that. Again, was it inappropriate? Absolutely. It absolutely was. But it wasn't a situation where Andy was creeping up on you and all that kind of stuff. It was inappropriate, period, full stop. It was inappropriate. And I'm sure that Bravo has tapped Andy on his hand. But girl, this is not going to change nothing. This is not going to change nothing. That I promise. Anyway, y'all. The DNC. I'm gonna just keep this brief because I know y'all, especially the Beehive. I know my Beehive is getting ready. So Jeff, who I know is the leader of the Beehive among the tribe. So Jeff, I think is the biggest Beehiver out of my tribe. Okay. What would Judge Judy say? So I love my Judge Judy. Don't piss on my leg and tell me it's raining. If you're telling the truth, you don't have to have a good memory. What's my other favorite? It's another one that I love that Judge Judy says. If you telling the truth, you don't have to have a good memory. Don't piss on my leg and tell me it's raining. If it don't make sense, it ain't true. Y'all know that's my favorite one. If it don't make sense, it ain't true. I was gonna say the Little Rock. Why was Gary say the Little Rock 9? Child, it's the exonerated 5. Y'all know Yusuf is speaking tonight. Beauty Phase, Dumbest Forever. Yeah, that's one of hers too. Yusuf is speaking tonight. Y'all, I'm taping it. You ate the steak. That's a good one too, Chuck. You ate the steak. I'm taping it, so I'll be able to go back and hear this. So I hope they do this Beyonce thing early enough because no, it's going to be. Listen, Kenya, baby, come here, Kenya. Let me say this, baby. I love you, so I want to tell you now because I love you. I want you to understand. I'm going to tell you now because I want you to understand. It's not going to be till midnight. I'm just telling you. Listen, Kamala Harris is going to be the last person to speak. Kamala Harris is going to be the last person to speak. And Beyonce is going to come out with Kamala Harris singing Freedom. I'm telling you what's going to happen. Mark my words. I'm telling you what's going to happen. Kamala Harris is the last person to speak. And if we go by what's been happening all week, then that's 11:30 midnight, right? And Beyonce is going to come out singing Freedom, and Kamala's going to come out behind her. That's my prediction. Because why wouldn't she? She's been coming out to Freedom since she announced, right? That has been her entrance song. So why wouldn't she come out to Freedom with Beyonce? If Beyonce's going to perform, that's how they going to do it. Can you say, I can't miss it now? Yeah, so if y'all need a nap, go ahead and go. My feelings won't be hurt if y'all leave now and go and get you a power nap. Go on and set your alarm for 60 minutes. You might even be able to get a good 90 minutes in, okay? You might be able to sleep till about 9:30, quarter to 10. I promise you, she ain't going to be on before that. Kamala Harris will not be on before 10 o'clock. She probably won't be on before 11, but certainly not before 10. I'm telling you now. If we go by what's been happening all week, right? Hell, they kept Joe Biden up until midnight. Okay. Where can I watch the DNC? I don't have cable. It comes on prime time. It's going to be on ABC, NBC, and C. Well, let me make sure. I don't want to tell you no lies. Hold on. Let me not tell you a lie. It's on PBS. If you don't have cable, it's on PBS. You got PBS, right? It's on PBS. Hold on. Let me look at my local TV. Yeah, it's coming on NBC at 9 o'clock. It's coming on in my area. It's coming on NBC at 9 o'clock. It's coming on ABC at 9 o'clock, and it's coming on CBS at 9 o'clock. So if you don't have cable, C-SPAN, PBS, or NBC, ABC, or CBS. Oh, you know what? Or you can go over. You can come over here with us to El Teddy's. You can come join. Thank you, K-Fit. You can come join us over at El Teddy's house or YouTube. Yes. Yeah, it's there, honey. It's there. I'm mad at you that you only want to watch it now because Beyonce gonna be there though. I'm mad at you. I ain't mad at you. I'm playing. Let me say this. And we're going to be heading over to El Teddy's when I leave here. The redirect is already set up. Y'all don't have to even go nowhere. Y'all ain't got to move. Just sit there and wait for YouTube to zap y'all over there. When we get done here, we heading on over to El Teddy's house. And I'll probably click the link at some point. I will probably click the link. Well, I don't know, y'all. I'm tired. It's been a long week, child. It's been a long week. But I might, before I go to bed, I might. But that's what we're going to be over there, okay? That's what we're going to be. We're going to be over there at Teddy's house. Now, let's finish this thing up right here. The DNC. So let me tell y'all something. I'm getting ready to have a moment. First of all, the DNC. Hey, the DNC, let me tell y'all something. Let me tell the DNC something about themselves first, okay? Let me tell the DNC something about themselves first. The DNC, let me tell y'all something. I am not a crier, okay? I am not a crier. That is not what I do. That is not my ministry, okay? But let me tell y'all done had me over here in my fifis every night this week. Okay, the first night it was the Crocker when she told that story, and the Crocker started talking about when Kamala Harris talked to her, right? And she got choked up. And when she got choked up, I got choked up. When she got choked up, I got choked up. That was the first night. Had me over here in my fifis. The second night, it was that daggone Michelle. It was that damn Michelle. Had me over here in my fifis. And I ain't no big crier. And I know y'all keep saying I say that, but I promise y'all I'm not a big crier. Right. When she said the most powerful woman in the world wiped my tears, baby. I was done. And I know I'm gonna cry when I see the exonerated file. I'm taping it. When I get off of here, I'm gonna watch it. I'm taping it right now. It's on my DVR. I'm gonna watch it when I get off of here. I'm gonna watch that, and then I'm gonna watch Big Brother, and then I'm gonna come back around because I'm taping it. That's why I'm taping, because I gotta watch Big Brother. Let me tell y'all something. Can I ask a question? Are you an advocate for DC being the 51st state? I would love to hear your opinion. I will come back to that dance hop. I would love to answer that question. Let me finish this thought. You know, I'm a little ADHD around here. Let me come back around to it. But let me tell y'all something. Last night, the way that I was sitting in here, boo-hooing, watching that Gus. Let me tell y'all something. At this point, I don't want to meet Kamala. I don't want to meet Coach Walls. Baby, I want to meet Gus. Okay? I want to meet Gus. Baby, the way, first of all, I did not know until last night. I don't know a lot about Walls. Let's be clear. And I'm gonna be honest. Y'all know I had to take a step away from politics. I'm just dipping my toe back in. And I read an article today. I read a really good article today about Gus. Where was it? Was it in Newsweek? Because you know, I got up this morning and I wanted to read it all. So I got up this morning and I read a bunch of stuff on Gus and everything. But I didn't know nothing about Gus. I ain't know nothing about Gus, okay? Baby, but I knew when I saw Gus, I knew, right? I knew he was one of my special babies, right? I didn't know what it was, but I could see it, right? I've been doing this a long time. I could see it. Baby, the way Gus cried when they introduced his daddy, and y'all got to go back to that moment. Forget about the moment when he said, "That's my dad." That was the second stream of tears. The first stream of tears was when they introduced his father, and Coach was coming out on that stage, and the whole auditorium was chanting his name, and they were holding up those signs that said, "Coach Walls, Coach Walls," and you could see Gus looking. You saw him look behind him and look all the way around. And he looked at his mother and he was crying. Baby, I started crying. He started crying. I started crying. I said, look at that baby. Right? But when Coach saw his son and started crying. Coach saw, when he looked out, he had to get himself, y'all got to go back and watch it. He turned his back for a second, and you could see that he got choked up. And he had to turn his back for a second to get himself together. Baby, I lost it. Baby, I lost it. Yeah, Gus is Tim Walsh's son, but he's nonverbal. So nonverbal, like I was telling you guys last night, nonverbal is a range. Nonverbal does not mean that a person literally cannot talk. Nonverbal can range from they don't say anything to they can't make coherent sentences and coherent thoughts, right? It's a range. It's a range. But we know he can make phrases because yesterday he said, "That's my father." Well, he said, "That's my daddy." So we know he said, "That's my dad." So we know he can't. So I think I think that he's come a long way. I know the Exonerated Five are gonna make me cry. I know the Exonerated Five are gonna make me cry. I know they're gonna make me cry. So when I watch that, I already know that's gonna be a tear. I know it's gonna be a bloop bloop bloop. So, baby, when Coach Wall started talking about infertility and hold on, y'all. Y'all know I got this heater on my legs and I'm hot. Hold on. When he started talking about infertility, right? Nonverbal doesn't mean mute. Thank you, K-Fit. I'm gonna get K-Fit is gonna talk to us over on the Teacher Project 2.0. She has a story to tell. I ain't gonna tell y'all too much. Y'all just gonna have to meet me over on the Teacher Project 2.0 to hear it. But I'll let y'all know when we're gonna get her over there. But yes, y'all, when Coach Wall started talking about infertility drugs and how important it is for insurance to cover certain things and how him and his wife dealt with infertility and how hard that was for them to go through the process and only to find out that they didn't conceive and have to keep that stuff is expensive. I have friends who've done in vitro and all that. It's very, very expensive. And he said when we finally had our daughter, we named her Hope. And he said, Gus and Hope, he said, and I forget his wife's name. He said, but y'all are the love of my lives and I love you, baby. All three of them was crying in. And that's when Gus stood up and said, that's my dad, baby. Baby. Y'all, it took me out. Baby, that thing took me out. Do you hear me? That thing took me. I'm gonna take this down. Des, don't let me forget because I want to answer your question, but y'all know I'll forget. Y'all don't let me forget before I get off here to answer Dez's question. Baby. So Gus is my new friend. Gwen, thank you. That's his wife. His wife's Gwen. And I like Gwen. Gwen is a teacher, a former teacher. He's a former teacher. So, I already like them. I would be very interested to see what he does with what they do with the Department of Education. Because first of all, Cardona need to go. But y'all know that's another conversation for another day. But Cardona needs to go. Okay. But let me say this. Ann Coulter. You are the worst form of human being that exists. You are the shit that I wipe off of my shoe after I have walked through my neighbor's yard. You are the snot that is on the bottom of my shoe after I walk past a little kid that has blown their nose. You are a troll of the worst kind. And there is a special place in hell for motherfuckers like you. And for those that don't know, today, I'm about to get to that C Golden because Coach Wall's got her ass together. Hey, Miss Toby, what's up, boo? Oh, yes. Yes, Coach Wall's got her together. I'm about to get to that. But Ann Coulter tweeted, let me go and tell y'all. Ann Coulter tweeted earlier today the picture of Gus that I have on my thumbnail that says, talk about weird. Now, first of all, I don't understand why that's weird for a son to be proud of his father. Forget about whether he's special needs or not. That don't even fucking matter. This is a young man, a 17-year-old kid who is watching his father, who started off as a high school history teacher, ascend to hopefully the second highest position in this country. He is standing in a room, an auditorium, not an auditorium, it ain't no damn auditorium. He is sitting in a freaking coliseum full of people chanting his father's name. and he has tears of joy streaming down his face. And your ugly bitch ass is saying how weird this is. If you don't go sit your evil ass down somewhere, the evil is eating away at your skin because you're just an ugly person on the inside and the outside. You are a horrible human being. Now, Tim Walz, and I already told y'all, Tim Walz is ready for him, okay? He is never going to take the high road, okay? He ain't no when they go low, we go high. He's a when they go low, we going to go to hell kind of person. So this is what Tim Walz responded. He posted an article. Well, it looks like it's from her Wikipedia page where it talks about her personal life. And it says Coulter has been engaged several times, but she has never married and has no children. So Tim Walz posted that, and he tweeted it with, talk about why your fiancés keep leaving you. Meaning, talk about weird, right? Anyway, baby, he got her together. But I just don't understand what's wrong with y'all. Why was that even necessary? Like, that wasn't even necessary at all. And we will protect Gus at all costs. Okay, we love Gus. I can't wait to see Gus at inauguration. He's gonna probably be crying at inauguration too, and I can't wait to see it. I can't wait to see Gus at the Easter egg roll. I can't wait to see Gus at the Christmas tree lighting. I can't wait to see Gus hanging out at the McDonald's on Pennsylvania Avenue. Okay, I can't wait to see it. I wonder what school they're gonna put Gus in. I wonder if they're gonna, you know what? Questions. I wonder if, because of whatever school he may be in a private school or something like that. I wonder if they're gonna stay in Pennsylvania, if Gus is gonna, or if they're gonna move to DC. DC has schools, but it depends on what type of program he's in. Because it said that he's what did I say? Nonverbal with ADHD, but it looks like he's in the article I read, he's made a lot of progress with the nonverbal. I wonder what. That's a good question. Anyway, I had to do some more research on that. Not Ann Coulter's head is uneven. Bab, I'm not doing this with you. Not her head is uneven. How you got an uneven head? What you mean? How you got an uneven head? Wouldn't this be his last year? If this is his senior year, then I can see them not moving. If this is his senior year, I could see them keeping him in school in Pennsylvania. If it's his junior year, maybe. But if it's his senior year, I could see them definitely keeping him there. Because by the time they have inauguration and stuff, it'll be second semester, Now she got a handicapped head. I'm not doing this. What is a handicapped head? What do y'all do? I'm not doing this with y'all. Now I'm just making observations. That said, I'm just making observations. Moving on. Somebody asked me, do I think that Kamala Harris will win? I think she can win. I think if we do what we're supposed to do, and when I say we, I mean the people that want her to win, if we do what we're supposed to do, I think absolutely she can win. I absolutely think she can. I told y'all this before. One of the best things that happened, and let me tell y'all, and I ain't forget about you, Dez. I'm about to answer your question in a second. Let me answer this, and then I'm going to answer Dez's question. Not a Picasso face. I love that one, Lovely Nola. A Picasso face. That's a good one. Now, that was a good one. Mm-hmm. Let me tell y'all something. I absolutely positively believe that Joe Biden is not stupid. I absolutely positively believe that Joe Biden's intention, I told y'all this before, I absolutely believe that his intention was to get in office for a second term and then pass the baton. I did not expect Joe Biden to serve another 4 years. I just didn't. But I also feel like Joe Biden felt like the only way a woman could get in office is through him, through a white man, which isn't a ridiculous thought. And I think he thought he had enough juice to get to the end of this race. And I never expected Joe Biden to serve a full term. I didn't. I always felt like he was going to sort of make that his legacy, right? But when it seemed like Joe Biden wasn't going to make it, and y'all know I had mixed feelings about this whole situation. Y'all know how I felt. I told y'all when it happened. But here's what I'm going to say. The best thing that could have happened is that Kamala Harris does not have to campaign for a full cycle. And here's why. Number one, the RNC wasn't ready for this. The Republican Party was not ready for this. They didn't see it coming. They didn't plan for it. They weren't ready for it. Number two, they don't have, I don't want to say they don't have time because they got time, but they're playing catch up, right? Which in this microwave moment, they had literally from July to November, right? Less than 6 months to do what most people do in a 3-year window. And I think because of that, I do think that they don't have time to let stupid shit like what they did to Hillary Clinton build momentum. Do I think that Hillary Clinton was more qualified than Donald Trump? Obviously, absolutely. The problem is Hillary Clinton has had a bad reputation that she has carried since her husband was the governor of Arkansas, right? People just did not like her. They were intimidated by her, whatever. And that did not help when it was time for her to run for president. That did not help. The best thing that I think happened for Kamala Harris is that it is a short campaign season. There is a lot of momentum. There is a lot of build up, positive build up. And what I will say is this. I absolutely think she can win. But we got to do what we're supposed to do. We have to do, whenever you get discouraged, go back and listen to Michelle Obama's speech where she says, listen, there are going to be days where the polling ain't going to be good. There's going to be days when we're going to make mistakes. There's going to be days when, hey, but we can't take our eyes off the prize. We can't take our eyes off the end game, and that's just what it is. I don't think he would have left office and reelected. I do, but we'll never know now. I want all women to realize they can be president. Oh, okay. I thought, I read that wrong at first. I was like, what? But I'm glad I read it. Trump is supposed to be sentenced in New York in September. Yeah, he's going to be sentenced, but he's still going to be on the ballot. What scares me is the polls and experts said Hillary was going to win. Yeah, but you also had a lot of people that, yeah. So listen, don't listen to the polls. Now, let me get back to this question about DC and statehood, and then we'll move on from there. Do I think DC should get statehood? I think either they need to give DC statehood or we need to stop paying taxes. One of the two. DC is a colony. For all intents and purposes, the District of Columbia, DC stands for District of Columbia. It is a colony. We are not a state. We do not have full rights in Congress. We do not have full representation in Congress. And is that not what our country was founded on? Taxation without representation? Baby, we pay taxes in DC. We pay state taxes and federal taxes in DC. Now, how the fuck we do that? I don't know, but we do. So as somebody who grew up in DC, my thing is either give us full representation or take away our taxes. So do I think we should? I mean, do one or the other. Do one or the other. Now, the reason why DC was never a state, it goes back to the formation of our country. Our forefathers did not want any one state to feel like they were more important than other states. Remember, DC was not the first location as the capital of the United States. It was in New York. It was in Pennsylvania. It was in Virginia. It moved around. But they, with the, shoot. Oh, shoot. The Act of 1790. The Act of 1790. Shit. It's been a long time since I taught DC history, y'all. The Act of 17, it was the Act of 17. I can't remember the name of the act, but the Act of 1790. The Act of 1790, it planned for the formation of DC as a state. And specifically in that act, it said that DC would not be a part of any state. So that has a lot to do with why DC, I mean, there's a lot of reasons. Let's be clear. It's a lot of reasons. But that actually was an act. So, yeah, because they just didn't want any state to feel like they were more important than any other state. So yeah, y'all got a flag design for 51 to 52 states. I've been thinking about that. Yeah, there's a flag. There's a flag that they've made with 51 states. DC has one. Yeah. Yep. So yes, Chuck, we pay state taxes when we're not a state. Yes. When I lived in DC and I worked in DC, yes, I did. Yes. Right. If you look at DC's tags, they say taxation without representation. Like I said, DC is a colony. Where do our state taxes go? They go to the district. They go to the District of Columbia. They go. Yep. So yeah. But even in Congress, we don't have representation in Congress. We have a shadow senator and a shadow congresswoman, or I say woman because it's been Eleanor Holmes Norton forever. But we have a shadow senator, meaning they're there. They can sit on committee, but they can't vote. So we don't even have full representation in Congress. Which state do you pay taxes to? I thought DC was carved out of multiple states, specifically Maryland and Virginia. So the state, they're just called state taxes. They go to the District of Columbia. They go to DC. DC was carved out of Maryland. No. Wait a minute. Hold on. Yeah. DC was carved out of Maryland. Originally, it was supposed to be Maryland and Virginia, and then Virginia pulled out because Virginia didn't want to lose their port. Georgetown, if you've ever been to DC, like Georgetown, all of DC was originally Maryland. DC is not a state. DC is not a state. But yes, originally Virginia was giving up some land, Maryland was giving up some land, and they were forming the District of Columbia out of that. But Virginia changed their mind because they didn't want to lose their port. If you've ever been to DC, the DC, Maryland, Virginia area, the Alexandria area where that port is, that was supposed to be a part of that. All of that was supposed to be a part of DC. But they didn't want to lose their port because they didn't want to lose the money that they were getting off of slaves. Well, let me say that. They didn't want to lose the money they were getting off of their imports. What the hell were they importing in 1790? A shadow senator. I'm gagging at this info. Yeah. No, DC is not a state, Miss Pretty Amazing. DC is Washington. Okay, so the name comes from Washington, named after George Washington. District, meaning it's a district. It is not a state. It is a district of Columbia, and Columbia comes from Christopher Columbus. So, child, as far as I'm concerned, they could change the name too. But yes, that's where our name comes from. Washington, named after George Washington, the District of Christopher Columbus, Columbia. Well, you know, they don't teach a lot of DC history out. Like, they don't teach this in regular U.S. history. They don't go this deep in most places. Now, in DC, if you live in the Washington, D.C., you have to take D.C. history. And I taught D.C. history for a few years. I wasn't taught this when, well, I didn't go to, I went to, even though I lived in D.C., I went to high school in Maryland. So that's why. Slavery and human trafficking was before Jesus Christ. What? I don't know what they're talking about. Hence, Washington state's up near Vancouver and D.C. near New York City. If my political science professor was the engaging and interesting like Really B, I would have stayed awake in class. Child, tell that to my students, child. Yeah, I took DC history. Right. See, crazy home. Right. You grew up in DC, so you had to take, that's a requirement to graduate from high school in DC. Just like in Maryland, you have to take local, state, and government in Maryland and Virginia. Like, I'm sure every state has their version of that. So if you live in DC, you learn a lot of this stuff. I taught DC history. Again, I didn't take it because I didn't go to, even though, like I said, even though I lived in DC, y'all know I went to Catholic school. So I went to school in Maryland. So I didn't take this. I didn't take DC history. It wasn't until I taught DC history that I learned a lot of stuff, if I'm being honest. Originally, I thought DC was called the capital city, and then later Washington, D.C. after Washington's presidency, I'm assuming after his death. You know, the first president to live in Washington, D.C. was Adams. The first president, to live in the White House was John Adams. Yeah. George Washington lived in Mount Vernon, which is nowadays you could drive to Mount Vernon in probably 20, 30 minutes outside of DC, maybe a little bit further. I'm not sure. It's been a long time since I've been to Mount Vernon. Maybe it's about a 40-minute drive outside of DC. So I'm sure on horseback it was probably, a half a day's travel. He lived in Mount Vernon, and Thomas Jefferson lived in Virginia. George Washington, what is it that act? It's the something act of 1790. God, I can't remember the name of it. But the act of 1790 was while George Washington was president, and that is what he put in place to create to establish and create the capital city. Hold on, it's gonna drive me crazy. It's gonna drive me crazy, y'all. Hold on. I can't believe it's been so long since I taught DC history. But it's the something act of 1790. I went to Magani Elementary. I was in the gifted and talented program. You go, girl. John Adams was an abolitionist, right? Yes, I think so. Yeah, I don't think John Adams had slaves. I'm almost certain that John Adams didn't have slaves. Is it the Residence Act of 1790? The Compromise. That's it. It's the Compromise of 1790. It's not an act. It's the Compromise of 1790. Let me make sure I'm right. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. I want to be, y'all know, the history teacher me. Yeah, I haven't taught DC history since I worked in DC. Maybe it is the Compromise. Is it the Residence Act? Yeah, it's the Residence Act of 1790. It's the Residence Act of 1790. Passed July 16th of 1790, the Residence Act selected a site on the Potomac River as the permanent U.S. Capitol. So that's what it was. It's the Residence Act of 1790, and what it said was that the capital city had to be along the Potomac River. Hence why DC is on the Potomac River. Yeah. And that happened during George Washington's presidency. So no, George Washington, the first president to live in the White House was John Adams. He was the first president to live in the White House. And it wasn't called the White House then. It was called the president's house. The president's house. It didn't start being called the White House until after the War of 1812. When the British burned it down and they had to rebuild it. When they rebuilt the White House, they painted it white, and that's when they started calling it the White House. Before that, it was sort of a gray, like it was a slate color. It was the color of, stone and slate, and it was just called the president's residence or the president's house or something like that. I forget. But yeah. See, y'all know, y'all can get me here all night talking about history. I was supposed to get off here 15, 20 minutes ago. I could do this all night. I do not believe John Quincy Adams owned slaves. Child, let's ask the Google machine. I'm almost certain he didn't, but I don't want to tell y'all no lies. But I'm almost certain he did not own slaves. Most of our forefathers did, but I'm almost certain he did not. Washington, D.C. as the U.S. capital in exchange for Hamilton supporting the Potomac site. Jefferson and Madison wanted the capital on the south, and George Washington wanted it near his home. Right. Absolutely. Yep. Jefferson and Madison wanted it in Virginia. We have more presidents that come from the state of Virginia than anywhere else in our history. So yeah. Hold on. John Quincy Adams was the first president who did not own slaves, because George Washington owned slaves and Thomas Jefferson owned slaves. John Adams was the third president of the United States. He was the first president that did not own slaves. Yep. He didn't, and neither did his son. Oh, thank you. Y'all already got it. Oh, Lord, I'm going to hit my lip. All right. Abraham Lincoln didn't own slaves. No, he didn't. He didn't own slaves. Yeah, but most of our forefathers, and when we talk about forefathers, we talk about the people who helped create this country, the people who signed all of the important documents. Most of them did. Most of them owned slaves. Yeah, John Quincy. That's right. John Quincy Adams did represent. He represented the slaves from the Amistad, but he also represented the British soldiers from the Boston Massacre. Tell them about the Masonic roots of DC. Y'all can Google it. Lexi, don't be trying to have me up here getting in trouble. Y'all can Google it. I will say this about, I'm going to say this, and this is all I'm going to say. If you ever visit Washington, D.C., look at the cornerstone of most of the buildings that were built in DC, and you will see the Masonic symbol. And that's all I'm going to say about that. Moving forward. So, look at this interesting history class, all your subscriber students. Right, yeah, y'all ain't here asking me. Yeah, so yeah. But that's, yeah. Well, why wouldn't they revise the Constitution if all the forefathers were racist? Revise it to do what? I'm not sure what you mean revise it, Miss Pretty Amazing. Revise it to do what? Listen, I'm going to tell y'all, and I'm going to get off of here. Let me tell y'all the same thing I tell my students. And actually, it's funny because Michelle, I think Barack said this the other day in his speech. I think Barack said it. I say Barack like I know him. President Obama. Let me say this. U.S. history is ugly. U.S. history is ugly. And everybody gets some. Everybody gets some. Okay? Now, we get it the worst. Let's be clear. Black folk get it the worst. This damn camera. Black folk get it the worst. But everybody gets some. There's a time in U.S. history where Chinese immigrants, German immigrants, Irish immigrants, women, Native Americans, like, we know it's ugly. It is absolutely ugly. So when you say, why don't we revise the Constitution? I'm not sure what you're saying. What we can't do, or what we shouldn't do, is judge everybody by today's standards. Slavery was the law of the land. Slavery was legal. Whether it was right or wrong, it was legal. It was the law of the land. And that is what rich white men did in the United States. They had slaves. Not all of them, but it was accepted. So when we look at the Thomas Jeffersons of the world, or the George Washingtons of the world, or any of the other people, the Benjamin Franklins of the world, these men had slaves. But it didn't change the fact that they created this country. It didn't change the fact that they wrote the Constitution and the Declaration of Independence and all of these other things that they did. So I'm not sure when you say, why don't they rewrite the Constitution? To do what? To take away all the bad white people that wrote it the first time and do what? I'm not, you know what I mean? Like, I'd argue that Native Americans are right there with us. Let's not get into the oppression Olympic. I don't disagree with that, Candace. I don't disagree with that. Andrew, oh my gosh, Andrew Jackson was horrible. Yes, he was a big old racist. Absolutely, he was. Absolutely, he was. Everyone got reparations except, oh child, don't give me. I'm not going down that road. See, y'all trying to get me to go somewhere else. I ain't trying to go there. I'm not going down the reparations road. I'm not doing that. Yeah. So with that being said, to be honest, the slaves weren't free because they thought slavery was wrong. The slaves were free to cripple the South. Okay. Yeah. I see what you're saying. Yeah. You can't unring the bell. Yeah. I see what you're saying, Chuck. Mm-hmm. Yep. Let's be clear. Slavery was not ended because Abraham Lincoln thought slavery was wrong. Absolutely not. Yeah. No, absolutely not. And even with that, again, if we wanted to, again, we don't want to necessarily go down that road, because if we start going down the road, Benjamin Franklin absolutely owned slaves. Benjamin Franklin did own slaves, Candace. I'm sorry to tell you that. Benjamin Franklin did own slaves. Now, he didn't have, plantations worth of slaves, but he absolutely owned slaves. Which president was that? Was Thomas Jefferson. Thank you, Bap. Y'all know this is my Juvia's place, honey. This is my Juvia's place. Fierce. This is fierce. I'm almost out. I gotta order me a new one. Look at that. I'm almost at the edge, child. Why did slavery end? Slavery ended because the South lost the Civil War. Oh yeah, Benjamin Franklin was a big old freak. Absolutely, he was. And Benjamin Franklin was a freak. He was a hoe. A big old hoe. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I believe I read that somewhere too, that he did have syphilis at one point. Yeah, I believe that. But he was a freak. Yeah, absolutely. Abe said 1 billion times he wanted to ship us back to Africa because we couldn't coexist with white people because we are subhuman. Yeah, honestly, slavery ended because the South lost the war. If the South had won the war, slavery doesn't end. Slavery does not end. That is what the South was fighting for. They were fighting to preserve their way of life. Period. They were fighting to preserve their way of life. People will tell you, oh, it was about states' rights. Yeah, it was about states' rights because they wanted their right to keep their slaves. Like, they were fighting because the North was trying to pass laws that would limit the trade. What would they trade? What was the South trading? They were either trading slaves or they were trading goods developed by slaves, tobacco and cotton and things of that nature. So I tell this to my students, anybody that tells you that slavery was fought over anything other than slavery, it all goes back to slavery. It all goes back to slavery. States' rights, slavery. Right. It all goes back to slavery. So Abe was a benevolent racist. Listen, they were all racist. General wealth from free labor that still exists. Sabria, you having a whole situation, girl. You going off in that chat. You go off, girl. You go off. Who she think invented the light bulb? It's historical fact that he has a gifted slave who discovered AC current. Oh, you talking about the Benjamin Franklin? Yeah, Benjamin Franklin. I mean, I'm sorry, Candace, that you were taught that, but I hate to be the one to tell you, Benjamin Franklin absolutely had slaves. I think a lot of times we think of slavery as these big plantations with 300 and 400 people working a field. There were a lot of domestic slaves. There were a lot of people who were maids or cooks or handmen, that, and there were people that only owned 2 or 3 slaves to just help them get through, go through their day to day. A slave just meant that they weren't paying for their labor, and that's what it was. And Benjamin Franklin absolutely had slaves. Remember, Benjamin Franklin ran a newspaper. Benjamin Franklin ran businesses. Who you think was helping him run those businesses? I hope y'all don't think he was paying for labor, because he wasn't. Child, y'all about to get me started. And you know what's funny? Y'all know this is what, so I teach U.S. history. This is where I start. I start at the end of the Civil War and Reconstruction. So literally next week, I'm going to be teaching all this next week. That's what I'll be teaching next week. We need to do a history Jeopardy game from time to time, really be. Okay. We could do that. Listen, y'all know I love history. I could talk about history all night. Y'all know I can. I'm a history nerd. I could do that all night. So let me get over here. Y'all don't have me on here for almost 2 hours. Let me get off here so I can go watch the DNC. And the fact that the North had no slaves and could not build as fast as the Western frontier, the South was outpacing the North 40-1 when developing the lands. Well, Lexi, you have to put a year on that. Thank you, Brown Mama, because that's what we can head over to El Teddy's now. You got to put a year on that, because the North did have slaves, but it started, the North started passing laws phasing slavery out. But the North absolutely had slaves. Again, I think a lot of us feel like slavery is, plantations down south with 300 or 400, people working the field. There were slaves up north working factories, working in households, yeah. But they did start phasing them out. I don't have the numbers in front of me. I do not have the numbers in front of me, but I can get them for you and let you know each state by year when they eliminated slavery. The North did eliminate slavery before the South, before the Civil War. However, slavery did exist in all 13 colonies at one point in time. So, all right, y'all, let me get ready to get off of here. I love y'all. Thank y'all for being here. If you want to go over to El Teddy's, just hold on, because we about to head over there right now. I already have the redirect on. You don't have to do anything, and I'll see y'all over there in a little bit. All right? Talk to y'all later. Mwah. Peace.